Welcome, 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 viewers. My name is Ron L. Thomas Sr., and I am a holistic hair restoration specialist, probably one of the only few that exist in the world. And the reason why I can tell you that in this particular field of expertise, what we do is we understand the human equation, we understand cosmetic, toxic, and non-toxic formulations, and how those formulations work together to either benefit or put at risk the life and the life of the hair strand for any particular client or person of use. So saving your hair, welcome. We are here to get as much information out as we can in the course of a programming to make sure that people understand what it is that they're up against in the hair care industry. So today I'm excited because this is our first live. For any of you all who decide to stream in, hopefully you'll select and subscribe to the channel because we're going to be hopefully having an opportunity, and we'd like for you to call us. You can reach us at 708-677-2313, and we'll talk with you about your hair issues and see what we can do to help get you started in the right direction. One of the things, obviously, if you look over my shoulder, that I support and am assured to know that it will help in that process is a product line called BioStrand, which I strongly endorse. So let me just say that today, with energy and hopefulness, a measure of insight on the part of those of you who are tuning in, that you will see the need for this type of informational source, BioStrand and the holistic hair restoration movement, which you haven't heard a lot about, but trust me, when the big guys start talking about holistic, please remember that the first place that you heard it was from Ron L. Thomas Sr., and the information that we're providing, myself and less than 10 people in the world who have been trained in holistic hair restoration treatments, are working together to get this information now out to the public and encourage you through non-pharmaceutical approaches. We're not knocking that. If you're with your doctor or dermatologist and they're suggesting pharmaceutical remedies, we don't have a comment about it one way or the other. We just happen to represent a holistic, natural approach to healing the hair and scalp. And that's what our goal is to get that kind of information out to you because it is available. And I thank the good Lord above for choosing me and guiding me in a direction to be in part of the foundational creation of a holistic support to the hair and scalp, because you know what happens once you look at the value of your hair and your scalp, even if you've lost all your hair. At the end of the day, it's important that the scalp be protected, that the scalp be given attention to, because a high level of absorption happens at the scalp level, and it can affect the quality of your entire body. Just think about that for a minute, because you've got something called the trickle-down effect, right? Anything going in up top is going to affect everything below. So it's kind of important to really pay attention to those matters and to think about how this whole situation is affecting your quality of life. What we found is that many people, when they change and modify the way that they deal with their hair and scalp, start using products that are pH balanced to your body, pH balanced to keep your body away from situations where high levels of hydrogen are releasing in your hair and scalp, it's going to make a big difference. Isn't that exciting? I've talked to a couple of people in advance, and hopefully we'll get a couple of phone calls during our program so that we can get some outside perspectives and views. I may even reach out to a couple of people myself while we're live just to get this whole conversation more interactive. You are more than welcome. Again, right now we don't have the editor live with us, but hopefully we'll get it edited into the screen, the call-in number, and you can call us at any time for us to answer questions for you. The other thing I have is access to www.biostrand.com, where you can enter into the chat inquiries concerning your hair and scalp, and we'll be more than glad to assist you. You are not under obligation to make any purchases at biostrand.com if you come to us for inquiry questions. That is not something that we do at BioStrand. So anyway, as a holistic hair restoration specialist, let me say this to you. Your hair is comprised of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur. What most organizations and individuals have not considered is how the percentages of those 5 basic elements are combined in your hair, which is why you can have relatives who, for one child, has perfectly balanced, well-performing hair, and their twin or triplet or even quadruplet, whatever they're a part of, may have a whole different experience with how their hair reacts in the same set of circumstances where they're being exposed to hair grooming products, which under most situations people are under the impression that they are perfectly safe if they buy something off the shelf in a store and it's being sold by that store, because they buy their milk there, they buy their cheese there, they buy other products there. Not that I necessarily recommend those types of food groups either. The point being that you shop there, you buy clothes, you buy shoes, and things like that. The point is that what you think is safe in one situation to buy may not, just because you bought your stereo there, doesn't mean that they are experts on what type of products should go into your hair and your scalp. So that's why people like myself exist, to hopefully help you get a better understanding of hair care information. Would love for you to decide to make a call. Again, if you're tuning in, you can call us at 708-677-2313, and I'll talk to you live right now on saving your hair and hopefully answer some of your questions, because there are many people out there who are dealing with thinning and weak breaking hair, which those are 2 different sets of circumstances. If your hair is coming out from the bulb, you're dealing with some type of interior bacteria, fungus, or some form of toxicity that is affecting the normal 3-phase anagen, catagen, telogen hair growth and replacement process that's common to every human being. So that's why we highly endorse that you use quality products, that you're absolutely sure that those products are of great value and that they are delivering on what's on that label, and not just marketing and packaging to you with terms like organic or, so-called natural and things like that. Very few companies have chosen to publicly come out and make a claim of being holistic, or anyone relating to holistic in the form of WHOLISTIC with a W, meaning whole body, whole person, whole life, and whole outcome. Many things that are affecting you that you don't ingest or eat, that could be of a topical nature, could be having adverse effects on you. We already know by the American Medical Association that certain types of chemical formulations that modify the hair, the AMA before the turn of the century published journals, and you can look for yourself, that link certain types of chemical-based hair treatments to long-term potential ill and or terminal illnesses. It's in the American Medical Journal, so it's not like we're here talking about something that doesn't have any validity. Our position in saving your hair is to immediately reverse the atmospheric effect and the internal effects on your hair and scalp when you are using these highly toxic, caustic chemical formulations that in most cases do aesthetically alter or make your hair look better. That's wonderful. We're excited about that you look better. Your hair is beautiful. It's doing whatever you need it to do, or you really love your color, things like that. But if you pay attention to what happens over time after you alter physically the appearance or the design of your hair, you start running into issues with thinning, hair breakage, hair loss, dryness, and dullness. Those are the things that the holistic hair restoration specialist, a person like myself, is intent to help you get through those things and to have healthy, responsive hair at all times. So be encouraged. 708-769, forgive me, 708-677. I'm giving you the wrong number. That's 708-677-2313, and we'll answer questions for you. You may not use this number for the next 6 months, but what I'm excited about is the fact that we're out here. We're out here live, and we're telling you that if you have a cross-cultural family and there are issues with buying multiple products and things like that to go into your home to hopefully see some in-game results, but the budget is really too high because you're buying too many products, let us at this Holistic Hair Restoration channel now called Saving Your Hair, let us help you. Let us give you some insight, some direction. We are going to do some recommendations, and we are directly involved with a company called BioStrand, and we're not upset. We're very excited about this whole venture and merger that we're doing of bringing basic hair information along with a formulation group that has actually spent the time over 31 years creating products that actually answer the environment for the hair and scalp. So as I was saying, the hair is comprised of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur in varying percentages. And depending on how those percentages fluctuate in your hair is going to determine, to a great degree, the strength and tensile responsiveness of your hair and scalp. Not your scalp, but your hair strand that emerges from the scalp. It's very important that you begin to learn for yourself some basic principles so that you understand why your best friend, buddy, or if you're a woman, your BFF, whatever that term is, her hair is doing so great. You are at a place where now, okay, I get it. That's why Jennifer's hair is doing what it's doing, and so on and such forth. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you feeling like, oh, my hair is this, my hair is that. What if you just did what was most beneficial for your hair type and texture? What if you were able to have access to holistic formulations that are pH balanced to your body, to your skin, and to the environment of your hair strand, the characteristics of your hair strand? You may have flat-tailed hair, which is a hair strand that appears to be overly curly. You may have oval-sailed hair, hair strands that have loops and waves, or you may have round-sailed hair, hair that grows straight out of the scalp and grows in a straight form, period. Whatever form of hair and cell texture you have, we are, more than glad to help you through saving your hair. And we've got a call coming in. Let me answer this. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you? I believe this is our dear friend Lolita.
Yes, it is.
Lolita, how are you today?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Yes, you know what? I am glad that you were able to call in, Lolita. We're right now talking in the avenue of saving your hair and some of the avenues and information that we've experienced in the holistic hair restoration industry. What we've done is, or what I've done thus far, is to let our viewers know that we're moving in a category of dealing with the various, misnomers and things that people don't understand about their hair. That the Saving Your Hair is a holistic hair restoration experience to get new information out. And you know what? This is information that's foundationally always been true, but not necessarily in the public. And so I, am glad that you were willing to call today to share maybe just a short, blurb of your experience and what led you to end up coming into my life, and ultimately, your experience with the product that I highly recommend, BioStrand. Could you share a little bit about your hair history and before you encountered us?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do so. My hair history starts with beautiful hair at one point, and then processed hair, dyed hair, and permed hair over some years.
Okay.
So I was experiencing it was a bad experience, having to figure out what products I could possibly use to remedy and restore my hair so that I would have hair.
So
Because I had experienced a lot of falling out hair and dry hair.
and describe your hair in your youth because you've done that for me. Let's create a picture for the listeners and the viewers.
Okay,
What was your hair like when you were younger?
when I was younger, I hadn't permed it, and I hadn't, did all those things to kill it. So I had a nice hair, right? Yeah. I had a lot of girlfriends who helped me destroy it as well.
Oh.
They made recommendations. I went to beauticians who thought that they could do something different and different styles that would make it look really good and full. But in the long run, oh my God.
So your hair, did you have like shoulder length hair? And
Yeah.
and is it, what type of hair is it? I believe, and I know that pretty much it would fall in the category of what's called oval celled hair, where the hair is kind of wavy and when it's long.
Yeah, that's the type of hair I had experienced in my
Okay.
youth.
And I know your heritage is that you're of African origin, but I know you're mixed with a few other cultures as well. So that's in
Yeah.
there. But we know that
Yeah.
categorically, the moment that you have some African in you, you're categorized that way. And that's the beauty of what we do is that we consider every aspect of a person's cultural, that's the whole research that went into the advanced synergistic product technology that's been applied over the past 31 years with BioStrand. But don't let me get my daughters say, you get too technical with all of it, Dad. Slow it down
Although
a
the
little bit.
technical is necessary to do a fantastic job in remedy these problems that we have with our hair. So that's the great part is that you do have that background experience and expertise knowledge.
Well,
So I'm
thank you.
happy about that.
Thank you.
I can appreciate it.
Let me continue to kind of inquire just a little bit. So your hair basically needed very little maintenance to look good initially until
Right.
these alleged, I'm going to call them alleged best girlfriends.
Yeah. And beauticians. Some of the
Okay.
beauticians they recommend it as well.
Yeah, and you know what, that whole term beautician, it kind of carries a frightening connotation, not being offensive to anyone, but
Killing, yeah.
it was more than necessary because I
Uh-huh.
remember years ago in the earlier years, because most people don't know this, but I've been in the industry since I was 11 years old, working at my uncle's salon in Chicago, and
Didn't
that's
know
what
that.
inspired me. By 13, I was doing my mom's hair, all of my sisters, cutting my brothers, and basically all of my buddies in the neighborhood came to me for haircuts and all that.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's
since
that's
age
very
11,
good.
it's been
Yeah.
over now. Wow, way
That's a long kind of
almost
experience.
yeah, a long time, almost 50, 60 years now. I've been in the hair care industry, and so
Wow.
loving it from childhood, and so
Yeah.
again coming back to your relationship with your girlfriends, and like you said, beauticians. Please pick up from there. What else have you experienced?
Well, I experienced a beauticians that, you spend the money, I go in, they got the products everywhere, sitting there everywhere, and there's trial and error time for my hair. So, sometimes I would leave with it looking very pretty, but my goodness, what is it like when your hair starts to fall out, when you just have it looking so pretty and you run the comb through it and there it is, right in your hair is in your comb.
Mm.
So I went through that so many times until my hair just, it just said, forget it. Looks like it just gave up itself. And so I began to experience a hair loss.
Wow.
really dry hair, and it was really just an awful experience because when you can pull your hair up and put it in a bobby pin, and then you can't even you can put it on top, the little styles where you can brush it up and you can just set your hair up in any kind of little style.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that hair anymore.
Wow.
The length was even gone.
Oh my God. So,
So that was
tell
a
me
big.
this. Did you seem to experience a textural change to the hair as well?
Yeah, the texture changed. I'm telling you, that was a big problem. I saw the texture, and not only did I see it, people that knew me over the years saw it as well, and they would ask
Wow.
me, "What are you doing with your hair? It looks so dry." My girlfriend insulted me all those years. She never complimented my hair, but all of a sudden she said, "I remember when your hair used to flow." I said, "But I don't recall you ever telling me that when it was flowing down." Yeah, that was an awakening experience. I said, "Wow, my hair has really changed."
It's just so amazing that, and let me ask you a question. If you could think back, how did that affect you emotionally and psychologically?
It was embarrassing, basically embarrassing. When trying to do, because I have a professional background as well, so
Yes.
during meetings, and then all of a sudden, I got this hair that's uneven, and all the stuff that I've tried, all the different products. I spent a lot of money, bottles upon bottles of, just trying to find the right product to hold a curl, and without drying out my hair.
Mm.
So it was a time consuming experience, trying to get it to flow right. Because I'm going to be up there in front of all these people, and that's what they're going to first look at. They're going to look at that appearance, and my hair was just unpleasing to me, and even my performance, I noticed had changed somewhat because I couldn't wait to get it over with. I gave important information and did what I had to do. Of course, because I'm professional background, I have to do what I have to do. But I didn't appreciate fully. I just wasn't my best self because it would cause me to more time consuming to even prepare to get ready. Trying to get that hair together and even seeing beauticians and it's still not flowing the way that was pleasing to me. It just needed to be healthy. I needed healthier hair.
Wow.
That's what I needed.
I cannot even express the number of times that over the years that I have spoken with individuals who have had just traumatic impacts. And again, with you, I know that a great part of your career in interviewing and talking with you was contingent on your ability to go in and present to boards, to win contracts, and to keep your company growing. I know you're in pursuit now. And I hope to be of whatever support I can be in that area,
Thank
as
you.
well as, image and all of that. You know that the door is open
Image is everything.
for Insuline treatment for your hair, that those things have been put in place when you have time and availability. We are here to support you in that. And I'm just, believing God's best for you with your organization, with the new contracts that are before you. But it is just amazing the number of people who their confidence levels have been challenged by the fact that they're seeing them having an image in their own mind of themselves and how they really are appearing, in a room before a group of people. And that can affect every aspect of how you present yourself when you're uncomfortable with your presentation. So I just hope that we'll continue to be a presence and a voice for you. Because can you just share a little bit about hearing about the company that I highly recommend at www.biostrand.com? Can you share a little bit of that experience of hearing about BioStrand and then experiencing it?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Well, that's a success story for me. I'll go through the story with people that I know and I tell about the product. Yeah, I've used the product and the use of the product is very good. I did I was hunting down. I mean, I was actually pretty desperate because I saw my hair getting worse and worse.
Mm. Yeah.
So finally, somehow, oh, I know, I had went to this fantastic beautician, and I mean, she was doing a great job restoring my hair. And I said, I really want to know what she's using. You know, I need
Mm-hmm.
more of that. I need more of that. So the only problem was that I didn't want to respect her business because you know these are secrets that people just don't tell when they're. Some people just they don't tell the secret. You know, so you don't want to invade their privacy.
And
So finally, after
now
years of the business,
let me interject for just one moment and say to our viewers that that's one of the differences with holistic hair restoration specialists. Our goal is to provide as much information to you about your hair and your quality of life as possible. Most cosmetologists or hair treatment people seem to fail to realize that they are really the first line of health defense for a person's well-being. If the appendages start acting weird, that's when you as a professional should be, making the inquiry with that person about, their health and if they've seen a doctor recently. So anyway, let you finish.
so eventually, she's been years in the business, but I did realize that when I went to her, there was something special that happened to my hair. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is working. And I'm seeing on my hair it's getting better and better. I continue to go to her. And finally, she had been in the business of hair for about 30 years, I guess, 20 years, 30 years. But I got at the end of her career. So I finally got up the nerve to say, hey, because she's retiring at this point. So I said, you know what? I'm going to need you. You can't leave. And she says, well, I'm going to retire. I said, well, what am I going to do? I said, you make my hair this and my hair has gotten so beautiful. I need you. And she said, well, we're retiring. And I said, well, could you do me one favor before you leave? Could you just tell me, what is that product that you've been using in my hair? She told me, she said, here. She literally gave me the phone number. She gave me the phone number, and finally I got to see the bottle, So when I got that bottle, and she gave me the last of it. This was the last appointment I had with her. And she gave me that in the number, and I gave you a call, and I was so happy. I was like in big. I'm like, wow, I finally got the secret.
You know what? Not only that, did you say secret?
Yeah,
I think that was
the best kept secret
over the secret some years ago.
The best kept secret for the hair, I tell you.
And what I have to say is, from a holistic standpoint, even exchanging and sharing information about better nutrition and all of that has been a part of our relationship. We've been able to share insight as business people and support one another. It's amazing. I'm telling you, I thought that my whole purpose was going to be just to help people with their hair. But this whole thing is literally almost turned into a ministry of support and interaction with people of high integrity and great quality like yourself, who will not deliver less than perfect to any client in life. And so the fact that you pursue that same excellence, and you found a place in your friendship with me in this whole saving your hair movement.
That's how I met you.
Isn't that something?
That's how I met you. That's for that product to make my hair better.
And so I'm glad that we've been able to help add back, because the last time I saw that hair, man, was it massively thick looking. And full. You did not look.
Yeah, I got a lot of compliments.
Well, let me say that again, the door is open for you to come with us, and we're going to just do a complimentary treatment for you, especially
thank you.
for coming on live on Saving Your Hair.
I'm gonna be there. You gotta hurry up and set that up too. Now I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much.
And I know you have a very hectic schedule. But I'm very grateful. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I'm actually on a live interview with a dear friend and client named Lolita, who has a true story of a horrible hair experience in her younger years and losing and at despair about her whole situation until she met a hairstylist who allowed her to and gave her the information for an organization called BioStrand.
And can I add one thing too?
Yes, please.
I will say this, and this is the truth. I thank God that He answers prayer because I literally prayed. I said, Lord, I really need my hair, condition. I mean, I really prayed about it. And prayer works. Prayer works. Yes.
Listen, I have to second that motion and put a hallelujah with it.
Amen. Hallelujah too. Yeah.
Yes,
Amen.
ma'am. None of this would be possible without the prayers and the guidance of God to create an entire new segment and approach to helping people to save their hair in a holistic, natural approach, and to really genuinely have created concepts concerning the characteristics of the hair, scalp, and the human body and its makeup before any products were manufactured by that company. And that's why BioStrand is effective like it is. That's why it's growing globally. There's some new doorways opening to distributors in places like Dubai and BioStrand in its past, before there were some corporate misappropriations, had a very wide presence globally through Dayton Hudson Corporation from 1997 to 2003. So that whole history is being reenacted now, 20 years later, in this new emergence of us saving hair through and our union with BioStrand to bring this information forward in a holistic way. Most companies don't talk about the 3 phases of hair growth: anagen, catagen, and telogen, and the fact that if there's too much bacterial and toxic buildup in the hair and scalp, you are not going to get performance. But what I'm glad to say about companies like BioStrand is you have now a product line at your disposal that if you're willing to use it daily, you can even see far greater results in
rapidly. Yeah.
where you are using prescription drugs that are prescribed as chemotherapy drugs. We have testimonials from families that talk about how they have retained a grandmother's hair. That video is up on YouTube, I'm sure, for people to go to our channel and look at the various videos, the testimonials, and information for a BioStrand about how you can save a person's hair. So, and I know that you're, I know you don't ask a woman her age. So I know you've been with us for a number of years, Sister Lolita, and to have a thick, full head of hair like you have is an amazing feat. And I'm glad that through the consulting information that you've gained from me as a holistic hair restoration specialist and the true testimonial that you have of how BioStrand's affected your hair, I'm just excited about it. I'm so grateful. And like I said, I'm looking forward to us continuing to grow together in every aspect of this
Sounds
journey.
great.
Because one of the things that's tough and a great challenge, and you know this, is to build relationships that are truly founded in honest God friendship. And so I'm very grateful for you, very thankful for your call in today. And I don't know, are there any last thoughts that you may have before we go forward from here?
Well, same here, and I do thank God for BioStrand.
I'm glad to hear that. You actually don't need to hang up. I'm just going to look to the viewers for a few minutes to bring out a greater understanding of what we're talking about. Because the approach to any hair care environment, you need to have the ability to detoxify, reoxygenate, add natural nutritional access to the hair and scalp, and control bacteria and toxicity. These are very, very important elements, all while grooming your hair consistently. That's what separates BioStrand from every other company in the marketplace. the fact that these particular products do that function in entirety. So let me show you real quick. The first product that introduces is a product called ToxiCleanse, which is a detoxifying cleansing formulation. It's sulfate free. It's been sulfate free since its design in the early 1990s. BioStrand has now been in the marketplace for almost 31 years. It's starting our career and the movement forward in 1993. We actually entered the marketplace. So after the ToxiCleanse, you go to step 1, which is called CleanseMe. This is also a sulfate-free cleansing formulation. And what it does is helps to normalize and remove any additional toxic resins that may have been left behind when you are using the pre-cleanse product ToxiCleanse. Because after you do ToxiCleanse, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So now again, with step 1, CleanseMe is also a cleansing lotion that now removes debris and toxic elements from the hair and scalp. Once you have pretty much gotten a clean canvas, a clean surface, that's when we then introduce step 2, a product called Cortifex. Cortifex is probably the most premium, holistically designed formulation in the marketplace to fortify the hair and scalp with the necessary supplements for body fullness, performance, and shine. The difference is this. Let me show you this product. Look at its consistency, how it raises out of the bottle. Let's get it down and then push it again. Look at the consistency of that product, how thick it is. Look at that. This formulation, though thick in consistency, when you spread it and apply it to the scalp first and then work it out to the ends of the hair, this product absorbs from scalp to end, and it's emulsified at first. Watch this. It goes right into the skin, and it goes right into the hair strand. The more that you see absorb, beautiful fragrance, wonderful, light, but you know, just right there for you as you're using the products. How do you like the fragrances, Sister Lolita? You still with us? I think we.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
yes,
are you there?
very, very, very nice, and natural.
Okay. Thank you for staying with us too. So,
Yes, I'm here.
yeah, all of our fragrances are mild and personable. So you know, if you're using
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Very mild, very
a
mild.
body splash or a body perfume, our fragrances are not going to fight with you. And unlike other companies that use high levels of fragrancing, your body, if it begins to, you know, release some type of, any type of odors and things like that, this design of our products help to sequester bad odor, but not mix it or cover it with fragrance, which it smells even worse. Our goal is to retard the bacteria and the toxins that create odor and smell in the hair and scalp. So there's your difference why you don't get a lot of odor either from using products like BioStrand. So once you have rinsed your Cortifex, which can be used on fine, thin, naturally straight, wavy, thick, coarse, curly, over coarse hair, it just depends on the time frames. You're looking at 5 minutes to 55 minutes. It depends on the structural damage and all of those things as to how long the product is used on the hair. So, and those are all informational things that you can find in the brochure that comes with the BioStrand Signature Collection, the 5 products that I'm showing you. Now, after you have done your Cortifex, then you go to the premier product called Forme. This product literally based on the principles of detoxing, reoxygenation, nutritional exposure, as well as controlling bacteria and toxins. This daily moisturizing mist was the first insert to the marketplace from BioStrand to start to help with that process. Now, before we could even get the rest of the products out, Let me show you something about this product. As you can see, it sprays, but look at its consistency. It's like a lotion. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. Look at that. Now, you see how it's emulsifying lightly? Now, look at it. Now, my skin is just glowing. It's absorbing in. That's the key. That's what makes the difference. Now, let's look at this product one more time. Give me a moment. Now, look at it. And this is the simple approach to reoxygenating your hair, helping to lightly control bacteria and toxins and things of that nature. Now, watch this. You can do this misting 3 to 4 times a day in hot, dry environments and cold, dry environments. Why would you need that? Because your hair consistently requires oxygen. Why? Because of the characteristic of hydrogen. Remember, you've got carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur. You know what hydrogen does all day? Boom! That's what it does all day. It's exploding in your hair. That's what gives your hair body and movement, is the expression of the hydrogen. But you've got to have oxygen to contain the hydrogen so that your hair doesn't break when the hydrogen releases. You see? So when you get that, now your hair goes boom, boom. So your hair is bouncing, your hair is moving, your hair is glistening, your hair is shining. When the wind blows through your hair, whatever's happening, your hair is being contained in a pH balanced environment. Why is the mist so important? Because we needed a delivery system that would give equal balance from scalp to ends. If you go to BioStrand's website, they do have a previous picture of me where I have shoulder length hair. You see, so if I'm oxygenating, moisturizing, controlling bacteria and toxicity from my scalp all the way to the bend in my arm, then I need to have a product that's moving in every direction all at once. Let me show it to you again. Watch this. Look at what it does all day. Those molecules will float until long after this broadcast is closed. And the beauty of it is, for clients who, when we went into the broader market, our research was in time, and we created a sister product called Forme Ultralight. It's more liquefied, while the Forme is oxygenating and moisturizing at the and giving the glistening and shine to the hair. The Ultralight gives you a matted view of version. It also combats excessive oil buildup on the hair, and it's mostly effective for naturally straight to wavy hair textures, soft wavy, loopy wavy, and especially fine textures of hair. Watch this one. Look at that. When you can do that several times a day, and then the beautiful benefit of the structure of this product, it helps support the microfibers inside of your hair. So if you're color treating and your hair is constantly breaking and falling, you start using BioStrand Ultralight along with the BioStrand Signature Collection that I'm presenting to you now. You will see far less hair on your clothes, on your desk, at the office, on the sink, in the bathroom. BioStrand helps arrest all of those issues that you've been having because you color treat your hair. You're looking at a man who's about to turn 68 years old with color treated hair, and I still have a head full of hair. And I am holistically balanced. My testosterone levels are there. I am not emulating or attempting to live any other type of lifestyle except the one that was given to me by God as a male in my life's journey. And I have been able, through a holistic approach to healing my hair and scalp, through using holistically designed products that combine the elements of nature with the elements derived from all products that combine with the natural elements like water or pH balanced oxygen balanced oils, which are called humectants. You have got to have some measure of oil in every ingredient that you put into a formulation, or the massive amount of ingredients have to be able to regulate oxygen. In the next step that I'm about to show you, this product was called Forme with the sister product Forme Ultralight, which both have a number 3 on them. And then step 4, Finay. This is a hair strengthening polish. Now again, just a couple of drops. Look at that. Just a couple of drops. And where we are is, look at that. Now I'm spreading that on my hands. Now, because, you know, I don't like to overdo my hair, I'll touch a little bit on my hair. But normally what I do is when I buy my Forme, I put a half a bottle of Finay into this product. And then I'm misting and I'm getting the natural protein support of Finay inside of a hair strengthening polish. Why do we do that? Because when you put proteins into your hair, normally they dry and make the hair brittle, mainly because most companies use complex proteins. BioStrand uses silk proteins, natural elements that fit and will absorb inside the hair to the cortical layer and reflect light from internally. That's what you have to do, but it's a gradual exposure to protein support. It's not bombarding your hair so it looks brittle and dry 2 days later, which is what happens when most in-salon people or beauticians, as Sister Lolita identified, will put what's called a quote-unquote reconstructor on your hair. See, as a holistic hair restoration specialist, I have to say to you, if you're supposed to be a professional cosmetologist, you should know that the only time you actually permanently reconstruct a client's hair is when you're using highly toxic, caustic chemical formulations in a process called penetration under BioStrand disciplines. Now, buffering is the process of providing a pre-oxygenation support environment where that hair has oxygen in it before you present any form of chemical that's going to, guess what, use up the oxygen that's in your hair to process through a process called oxidation. So buffering must precede oxidation. If you are a hairstylist and you have clients with dry, brittle hair who have color, who have highlighting, and all those different things, permanent waving, and you can't get a handle on why that hair looks dry, brittle, and bushy, it's because you need a formulation that can oxygenate and add the oxygen support to that hair strand before the chemical treatment and then after the chemical treatment. And the only company in existence today that can help you balance the electromagnetic elements in that hair strand so that you get a cationic, I'm talking to professionals now, so that you get a cationic balance of supplements and nutrients into that hair strand so that it will have body movement, line, shine, and natural luster. You have to have a product that consistently supports the structure with oxygen support and light molecules and elements that will help support the physical structure of the hair. That is what happens through the technology that has been brought by this company. Believe me, I work with other holistic hair restoration specialists that have one commitment, and that is this. If BioStrand ever goes out of business, their commitment is that they are not going to do hair anymore. So you see, what would we use? What's out there? And you know, you could use and mix this formulation with other product lines, but listen to me. When you go in to counter a discipline like BioStrand, which is very simple to the consumer if they just follow simple directions, instructions, but it's a complex approach to an even more complex problem that can be solved. When you can remove toxic elements, buildup, and bacteria from a client's scalp the same time that you expose them to it, you are responsible for bringing a quality of life experience to that client. When you send that client out of the salon and they still have chemical elements and resins in that follicle, you have created a crime that is not easily able to just rest with yourself at night. So if you'd like to keep just doing whatever you do and sending clients out the door when you know you can still smell the residue of a perm or a color system in that client's skin, and you use a high fragrance formulation to cover it all up, it doesn't change the fact that that customer still has chemical residue in the scalp, in the follicles, that could potentially have long-term, potentially damaging an impact. And the theories and that develop these products that are used by the BioStrand Corporation are theories that have proven themselves over the past 30 years to turn clients around. And I hope that we'll be able to call out and get people who have had testimonial truths of seeing, even in some cases, regenerative hair growth in areas where they couldn't develop it from cosmetologists. From dermatologists. And all that we are suggesting is that creating a more holistic environment with natural, non-pharmaceutical formulations is an atmosphere that gives way to canceling the telogen phase of hair growth. And at this point, I know that there are basic theories, but the last time I checked the American medical journals, they are not absolutely sure about why a follicle goes into dormancy. Well, the theory of those of us who are holistic hair restoration specialists is that follicle is impacted with toxins, residue, pus, and bacteria from the previously used products and formulations. So that is our goal on Saving Your Hair, is to get you excited about what hair you have remaining, that at least maybe you can salvage that hair, that you understand that the quality of life is to still treat your scalp if you have to wear prosthetics, wigs, or hair pieces, to be encouraged not to damage your scalp extensively with using unnecessary prosthetic or hair weave services, and to give the life back to your hair and scalp that it honestly deserves, the quality of life. I know a quote that I've more than seen more than once in First Corinthians and Book of Corinthians is that a woman's long hair is her glory, and I believe that's in Corinthians chapter 11. So let us be a part of helping you to keep your hair alive, keep your hair safe, and keep saving your hair through the Saving Your Hair program. Again, my name is Ron L. Thomas Sr. I am the Holistic Hair Restoration promoter and an expert on saving your hair here on YouTube. We hope that you will like and subscribe to the channel, that you'll will again hopefully be able to edit in our telephone number, which is 708-677-2313, so that you can call us, let us talk to you, interview you, and see if you're a viable candidate to come on and share your story. Because we're not just looking for people who already know about this movement of holistic hair restoration. We're looking for people who have been looking for it. So we'd love to interview you and talk to you about BioStrand and about what we're doing just to help you to save your hair through your meal plan, through the types of waters that you drink. If you're not drinking alkaline water, let me encourage you to drink alkaline water in periods away from your meal consumption. Drink normal water or maybe electrolyte water, but make sure that you ingest a certain amount of alkaline water every day to help your internals. We'll talk about that in another segment. And again, let me tell you that we'll talk more about the complete BioStrand program in the future, the complete BioStrand collection. And you know what? We've got 2 minutes. I'm going to share the rest of it. After we created the signature collection, we came back and we looked at not just structurally enhancing your hair, but structurally strengthening your hair. So what we did is we brought the 4 other products that we also have in the BioStrand Complete Collection, which is, you already saw Ultralight, which helps with structural loss and hair breakage, but it also helps to oxygenate the hair and scalp. That's one of the first of the second generation products. The next was, we saw a lot of issues with the dandruff, scalp soreness, eczema, seborrheic psoriasis. We brought forth a product called Scalpicent, which is a scalp normalizing formulation to help rid you of toxins, bacteria in the follicle, to bring itchy, flaky scalp under control. If this is a wonderful leave-in, the ultralight is also a leave-in. And then we brought forth another structure support product called Paj 1.5, because what we've seen in 15 days, you start seeing support. Now this is as you can see, a formulation that looks like a gel or something like that. But this is a natural shea butter based formula, and one of the key factors to shea butter is it's a natural humectant. It's going to attract oxygen to your hair once it's applied. The same truth with number 4, Finay. The humectants that are in here is called Avilamanthus, extracted from tiny seeds, and the seeds contain oxygen, which oxygenates the hair and attracts oxygen after you apply it to your hair. With the Paj, you can see the thickness of it. But watch this. I'm gonna do this on camera. You can stir this product, and once you activate it and get it moving, like the way your hair moves, it changes consistency. If I turn that jar over to the side now, it's gonna run out of the jar. Now, what's important about the way you see this product working? It helps to re-strengthen the hair gradually. Isn't that wonderful? It gradually re-strengthens the hair. So I'm excited about what this company has done and the success that has been achieved.
Oh, I'm excited to hear that too. I didn't know all that.
Oh,
Great.
yeah, Lolita, the Paj, you got to get that in your arsenal. And then finally, for the strengthening of your hair, we created a product called Structure In. See, we didn't come and follow everybody else talking about a reconstructor. You do not replenish and reconstruct hair at the same time. The best way to get your hair more responsive is to, once the hair is expanded, the structure's enhanced, you got body bounce, skin, shine, and fullness, especially with longer hair, or color treated and permed hair, highlighted hair. You've got to put elements that help strengthen the hair from the inside out. And that's what Structure In does. You only need this product once every 2 to 3 months. I'd say refrigerate it once you get it, because you're going to have it for a long time, because you only need a little bit of it in your hair. You can also use it and apply it in cleansing phases, which will immediately arrest breakage in your hair. But that's something we'll talk about once you've actually gone to www.biostrand.com, bought your complete collection. As a courtesy, as a holistic hair restoration specialist, who I make $200 an hour to consult with people, I will consult with you complimentary once you have these products actually in your possession. That's my gift to you for using a BioStrand. So let us and make sure that you understand for your hair texture how to get started and how to get effect. So we're excited here at Saving Your Hair. We're hoping that you'll click subscribe and become a part of what we're doing. We're going to post the number again on our posting out there of 708-677-2313, where you can call us directly. Let us talk with you, interview you, and see how we can help. God bless, and we hope to see you next Wednesday on Saving Your Hair Live. Bless you. Ron L. Thomas Sr. signing off.
Terrific.
Lolita, thank you, my dear.